Ellen, thank you for joining us on TVC News this hour. We're staying on development as regards the Ondo State primary governorship election, where the committee headed by the governor of Kogi State, Usman Ododo, has directed that the election should be conducted in all the 13 wards of Okitikukwa local government area. The decision was taken after the committee received reports of the primary election from 203 wards in 18 local government areas of the state. Okitikukwa has a total of 9,515 registered members, and reports from the field indicated that the exercise did not hold in the local government due to late arrival of materials and personnel as a result of logistics challenges. Election in Okitikukwa local government will be conducted at 12 noon on Sunday, 21st April 2024. That's today. The final collation of the result will be done thereafter. And in a bid to achieve food sustainability and production in Africa, the Mietiala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria and the Southwest Farmers have signed a memorandum of understanding to promote peaceful coexistence between both parties in the zone at a day summit held in Ibadan. Senior reporter Olaide Oyewole reports.
Over the years, the incidence and severity of farmers-herders conflict has significantly contributed to food insecurity in Nigeria, underscoring the need for comprehensive and sustainable solutions to address the underlying causes of the conflict. According to reports, more than 4,000 persons were said to have lost their lives to herders-farmers clashes in the southwest region of Nigeria between 2015 and 2021. In a bid to resolve this persistent problem, stakeholders representing both farmers and herders in the southwest region of Nigeria have decided to come together to work in unity for the collective interest of the region and Nigeria. This was done through the signing of peace accord by both parties.
The farmers in the southwest and the herders have agreed to work together for the unity of farmers, for the progress of agriculture, so that conflicts will be resolved amicably within the stakeholders.
As you can see, the pastoralists in the southwest are born and brought us here in the southwest. They are indigenous of the southwest. Some of them, if you ask them to leave the southwest, they won't know where to go because they were born and brought us here. They have intermarried with the Yorubas, so they are part and parcel of the southwest. So we have to use this opportunity to try to work together and fish out the bad eggs among the pastoralists.
The summit, entitled Sustainable Food Production in Southwest Nigeria, The Way Forward, had in attendance stakeholders in the agri sector and was aimed at charting a way forward on how to improve food production.
We need to change the narratives. How do we do agriculture? Those small, fragmented farms, they are good, they are important, but it's not enough. The population is increasing every day, so we must have means of increasing our productivity.
The big roundtable discussion with the herdsmen, you know, when we correct ourselves in love, there will be no war, there won't be any controversies. We'll be able to address our issues peacefully and amicably, because it is very important for us as a nation, as a family, to work together in unity and progress.
This initiative marks a pivotal moment in efforts to address the long-standing tensions between farmers and herders in the region to ensure food sustainability in Nigeria. Olaide Oyewole, TVC News, Ibadan.
And to Health Matters, Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Jide Idris, is leading a response effort to Sokoto State after the outbreak of an unknown illness. The high-level mission includes an emergency meeting with other partners in the response effort, as well as a visit to the state's Public Health Emergency Operation Center and treatment centers where patients are being cared for.
As early as we got the information about this case, we're doing everything possible to support the state and to unravel the cause of the disease. I was informed that they have only 2 labs of this same type in Africa, one here and one in South Africa. And what I said was that the one here is not working. If it were working, perhaps we wouldn't have waited for this long. So I think we need to support them. They are part of our laboratory network with NCDC. So what I've asked for is the cause of the problem. They mentioned reagents and some maintenance issues.
Away from that, to Enugu, where an 11-year-old house help, Happiness Nwanfo, who was allegedly brutalized by her boss at Dachuku Okafo, has been offered a scholarship by the Anambra State government. TVC News Bamidele Ajayi reports that the victim has been handed over to the state's scholarship board coordinator, where the Commissioner, Gender and Women Affairs reiterates the state determination of zero tolerance for child abuse. We have details in this report.
2024, the news about a minor molested by a guardian rent the air in Onitsha, Anambra State. The minor was accused of molesting a guardian's 8-year-old daughter while bathing her. Both the Nigerian Minister of Women Affairs, wife of Enugu and Anambra State governors, civil society organizations, and several women organizations have collectively condemned the inhuman treatment meted on the 11-year-old house help. Despite her trial, the life of Happiness Nwanfo is about to change for good. Happening here in the handing over ceremony of the girl to the State School Scholarship Board, which will henceforth take charge of our education. The state government says it is determined not to condone any form of child molestation.
Today, we are going to hand over Little Miss Happiness Nwanfo to the director in charge of Enugu State Scholarship Board for proper documentation. You know, school is about to resume so that she can kick off with fellow students.
The elated mother of 11-year-old Happiness Nwanfo, who spoke in her native language, appreciated the state government intervention to rescue and care for her daughter.
I want to thank you for helping my daughter. God will bless you in multiple fold in anything you do. They say, someone's brother is his strength. Without you people, my daughter would have died. I want to say God will bless you and your families in whatever you do.
In social media, I saw it anyway. But if not your effort with that of Anambra State government and the Enugu State government in general, they wouldn't have been in this one, because the woman did something terrible.
Report has it that an Onitsha-based lawyer, Adoko Okafo, allegedly brutalized her maid, whom she brought into her home in January 2024, after contacting her parent to help her to get a child who will assist her in her domestic chores. The Enugu State government scholarship given to the minor covers her education from primary to university level. Bamidele Ajayi, TVC News, Enugu.
Away from that, experts have identified human capital development as a long-term solution to addressing the high rates of poverty in the country. They say investing in citizens will also solve other major challenges bedeviling the country. We have more details in this report.
This is the 2024 Bullion Lecture, organized by the Center for Financial Journalism in Lagos State. The theme of this year's event is tagged Human Capital Development as the catalyst for Nigerians' prosperity.
If you want to plan for 10 years, plant trees. The trees will last for 10 years, you harvest them, and then you go. But if you are planning for a lifetime, if you want to plan for sustainable development of our nation, Nigeria, then we have to plant human beings. Because human beings are the catalyst for the prosperity of our nation.
We have to invest more in education, training and retraining of our people so that they can acquire the necessary skills and competencies for technological development. We must be intentional and deliberate in restoring the social and economic fortune of our dear country. economic growth, and all the rest.
Stakeholders say it is important to shift the country's attention from relying solely on natural resources, as Nigerians were also encouraged to invest in themselves by learning skills in high demand.
We cannot rely on natural resources or physical resources or any other resources for that matter for the development of the country. We can only rely on human capital, on human beings, you and I, because without what we do, our contribution, the country cannot make progress.
Nigerians, regardless of your status, you have acquired some basic education. After that, you acquire skills, and so that we can be in tune with what is happening in the world. Right now, the world is going through a fifth and sixth industrial revolution, anchored on technology. We have to train our people, our youth in particular, so that they don't get lost in this so-called age of artificial intelligence.
As a government, there should be focused more deliberate policies and funding to back up the human capital development. And if you invest in human capital, then you are investing in the overall growth of Nigeria.
This gathering underscores the importance of collective responsibility to drive Nigeria's growth and development. Zainab Akonde, TVC News, Lagos.
And you're still on to TVC News this hour. We'll be back in more stories after this break.